Greetings and welcome to Spider-Man Gamerport's channel. This time we're going to work on Metroid. There's something fascinating to me about Metroid is that Metroid and Kid Icarus both have battery save features on their PCB. Now this leads me to believe that a password system is not necessary and that we should be able to use this feature as a save. Now I know on the Famicom disk system these game titles both have a save feature. So you can save your game much like Super Metroid does. You know what the Zelda does. You know, like other games that we've seen previously that have save features usually have 3 in a tier. Well, that's what these games should technically have. I am going to cover Metroid in its entirety. This is going to be older footage I've already shot a while back. I think it was Independence Day or it was Memorial Day or something like that. It's in the video, so you guys get to watch that. But yeah, I just found this was absolutely fascinating. And yes, I've already cleaned these both, so they're good to go. They work flawlessly. All right, enjoy. Greetings, happy Independence Day for everybody. Alright, this time, Metroid. Cartridge on the outside, the shell looks immaculate. We don't have to worry about doing any type of cleaning on that. Maybe up here just a little bit along that little area there, but I'm not even going to worry about it right now. I just want you guys to see something really neat about this particular PCB. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I know I am having a wonderful evening. Today and yesterday, the 3rd and the 4th, would mark my 4th month seizure free. So I have not had a grand mal seizure in 4 months. I mean, yeah, after having them twice daily, that is a feat within itself. And I am feeling wonderful. Even with all this heat. So it's, and here many years I thought it was all because of the heat that I was having problems. So like I was saying, that this is all really nice looking. I mean, I don't even think I even have to clean this too much. But yeah, take a look at this PCB on this. Isn't it neat? I know that Metroid at one point in time does have, or at least one version has a save feature. Take a look at that chipset so you can see what it looks like. Much like Kid Icarus does in the Japanese Famicom version. But I think that's just FC disc, like Famicom disc version has that save on it. Maybe the carts did at one point in time. Maybe they just put all these carts out at the same time and they just mass produced them and they just put, you know, the character ROM and the mappers and all that stuff on these boards. Maybe the PCBs have already been pre-made in a big huge lot. I don't know, maybe somebody would know this, but yeah, it's really cool to see that this is there. And if there was a version out there that does allow you to save your game instead of using a password system, I'd be very interested in seeing that myself personally. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I don't see a cart to board line either. Still gonna get it anyway, just in case people have been blowing on it. And then I'll buff all this out too. And this is one of those strange PCBs, much like Mega Man 2, with the shortened contact pads. And this might not work in the Game Genie or the Game Enhancer. So we shall see here in the future. Because I've never used it that way. I think this is probably a little more grody than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, like I was thinking, looks can definitely be deceiving. That is gnarly. Ugh. Oh yeah, let's get some of that spit on there, man. Blow on the cart, blow on the cart. Ew, gross. Don't do it. If your cart doesn't work, take it apart. Clean it with some of that, whatever cleanser you want to use. I mean, I know there's actually brass and copper cleaner out there. I prefer just using this method. It just seems to be working very well for me. Use the eraser. Because for me, this is therapeutic. It allows me to just relax and enjoy myself. If I was just using a cleaner, I wouldn't be doing that. It would be kind of like it's in a hurry kind of thing. You know, like I just want to get it done and over with. So since these are shortened contact pads, I'm going to be very careful around those shortened areas, not to hit it with the eraser too hard, and more of a kind of a lighter scrubbing. Than what I normally would do. And I was taking a look online and I found more Game Genie codes for Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure Link. And what I'll do is I may add them to the description link or as a comment in the comment section on my previous video, and see how many of you notice, because there's actually a discrepancy that some codes, or sometimes the code will work and sometimes the life code doesn't work for this person when they were checking them out. Of course, I'll give them credit too. You know, like I'll definitely share like where I got it from. And if I made it up myself, I'll be like, it's mine. I made it. So, yeah, that's that. And I still don't believe that this is going to work with the Game Genie. If it does, it'd be really neat. That evidently then it's not the contact pads themselves, it's something else. It's the lockout chip doing it, or something else, you know, like in the way, preventing, like Mega Man 2, from playing with the game enhancer. And another scorcher today. Not too bad. I could handle it. It's not you know, devastating hot like it was yesterday. Yesterday was brutal. Okay, now before I even scrub on this now, I'm gonna clean this up real quick for a second. Just gonna hit it up with this eraser first. Make sure that it doesn't leave any of the greasiness of possibly the other one behind. Like I do it, you know, like going ahead and a two-step process here with the erasers. Like that one gets the smaller area, grinding it all out, and it kind of buffs, while this one removes it. Or picks it up more within itself, something like that. I can't really describe it as much as you guys can see that, like it's a full piece instead of just small little fragments of it. And I want to make sure that it all gets pulled away from the board. Yeah, I was up until 6 in the morning. I think I got up at like 9 or something like that, or 10 in the morning the previous day, and I was up until 6 in the morning just working on reorganizing some of this collection and cleaning and polishing up Link. I had a lot of work on that cart. It was an hour and a half long video, and that was like with some clever editing, a little bit here and there to shorten it some. Not much though. And then the night before that, I played the game all the way up into a specific point. And I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm good. Got the hammer. A few other things. But yeah, let's not digress anymore about what I was doing with the previous game. Let's talk about Metroid. Yeah, I love this game. I don't know how many hours I spent looking through catalogs and magazines and stuff trying to find, you know, that proper passcode, and then we came across or stumbled upon one book, and I think I have it right now on my favorite buy site, and I'm able to purchase it for like 17 bucks, and I think I might grab it up just because I want it as part of the collection. It has the actual Justin Bailey code, and I couldn't remember how to spell it, so I had, you know, all these many times of just trying to get through Metroid without the Justin Bailey code. And it turns out that you could type in the Justin Bailey code, but you can skip a portion of the bottom lines underneath it, and it'll give you some unusual characteristics. Of course, she's out of her suit, Samus. And then you get a big ice beam, or a different style ice beam than what you normally would have. And you still have to pick up some extra of your things too. I think you have to pick up a few more weapons and items and stuff along the way. I think you still need to get your various suit as well. But yeah, this game right here, man, with the original Nintendo Player's Guide, which came with my control deck. You see what that goes for now? It's just insane. But back in the day, that was, I don't know how many times I'd wake up during the day just to look through that catalog and want those games in it showing. And I was like, well, eventually I will. Eventually I'll have them. Okay, so what I'm noticing is that there must be garbage in between these contact pads, and what I'm doing is when I'm lifting them, going across it right here, it's squeaking it, the same garbage, back over the board, and that's the greasiness that I'm getting. So I'm just going to have to keep going over it again and again. But yeah, I'm getting that really nice mirror polish on that. I'd spend days playing this game. I mean like days, and I watched one of my brother's friends play it at his house, and I've never seen it prior to that, and I was like, this is a game I'm definitely gonna have to get. And oh yeah, it's and when you find out that your character is a heroine, or a female hero, it really sets the, she's like a female bounty hunter, yeah, so it changes the dynamic of the game just a little bit, but not too much. It's just like, that's awesome. I would much rather play a non-sexist game. I like having that ability, because when I'm playing, like, say, Final Fantasy, the white mages seem to me to be female. They don't have to be, but they can be, and males could be too. Well, so could the fighters. Well, anything on those games could be that way. You can name them anything you would like. But at least with this game, you know that she's a lady and she kicks butt. That's awesome. And the game is based on like a creature that she has to find, the Metroid itself, so it's not named after her herself, the heroine, or the heroine, or heroine? Yeah, the heroine. It's named after a creature in the game. And then the sequel on the Game Boy was really cool. I like that one a lot. The ones that are on like other consoles besides Game Boy they're unique. Let's just put it that way. They're not good, they're not bad, they're really just not my perspective of the game that I care for. I like the 2D scroller version of the game, and I kind of wish that they would make that way, or they could have, or they should have made it the way that they made Mario on the Wii U. That kind of remake. But that's my opinion on it. Everybody else has their own unique perspective of this particular game, so feel free to make comments down below. It'd be greatly appreciated, and give me something to talk about. Alright, so I think we did very good on getting those things nice and polished. But like I said, they're very short, so they may not work inside the game enhancer, or it might bypass it entirely, which it may need these pins like right in these areas too. I don't know, I'm just speculating. Look at other people out there know that stuff better than I do, and all I'm doing right here is just getting these things playable again. That's all I'm looking for. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Get that line out of the way. See if there's any corrosion anywhere in here. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. This is a nice looking board though. For how old it is, it's a really nice looking PCB. I'm just looking at this like this person was smoking a heavy cigarette, really big fat Swisher Sweet Perfecto, then he blew it right on the cartridge. Gross. Big old hack right on it. They're like, oh, I'm gonna play my game. Oh, anyway, so let's go ahead and get this all off of here. I'm glad I did that a real quick time, quick run through on that. Oh man. I'm just looking at that via contact area right there. I think that's fine. It just looks a little odd. But we'll see. I think the next game after Metroid would most likely be either Castlevania 1 or Mario and Duck Hunt, because I still have to do a couple of those. And then I have Gradius, it's Gradius, and then I have Life Force. Oh, it's just Contra, Super C. Just a lot more games to work on. And I want to record it, and I want to post it, and I want to share my day and how it's going. And today's going really, really good. I mean, I was just sitting back watching movies. I got to finally see John Wick, and I was like, "Hey, that's a good movie. I really liked it a lot." So I'd like to see what the sequel and the third one has in store. I was like, I just can't believe what they did at the beginning of the movie to him, to make him go back into his profession. If anybody's seen that, it'd almost make you want to cry. Getting this all taken care of. But seriously, would this not be a cool idea to have this battery function and feature on here to save your game instead of using the password system? I mean, the password system, it's good. I mean, it works, but it's a long password. That's a lot of characters to have to memorize if you're going to try to memorize that. And if you're going to write it down, it has uppercase, lowercase, and numeral values. It's like, come on, man. I'd much rather just save my game, thank you very much, and be done with it. You gotta figure, though, you know, and then a lot more of these carts probably would have battery failures and problems with them, and it would just, I don't know. To each his own. Yep. Alright, give me 1 second here. Yeah, since I don't have to change out a battery, I'm just going to go ahead and take my time and talk with you guys about some stuff. You guys may eventually get a war story out of me if you guys ask about it. I could tell you about boot camp and what it was like. But it's not like it's a secrecy thing, you know. I just like to see people actually go ahead and not be persuaded to join all because somebody said something about it. Make it your own choice. Like I did. Nobody told me to join the military. I did it on my own. I did it on my own accord. I did it for my own reasons. It wasn't because there was something going on in the world. It just felt like the right thing to do at the time. It's like I needed some structure in my life. And it was a blessing. I mean, with all the stuff that it taught me, it was awesome. And if anybody asked me, would you ever, if you could change it, would you ever go back and do it over again? You're damn right I would. Oh yeah, knowing all I know now especially, I would definitely do it all over again. Would I become a gunner's mate? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Being a gunner's mate, it's the best. It's the best rate in the Navy, at least, for how I view it. I mean, other people will say, no, my rate's better than that. You know, well, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. But for me, it was being a gunner's mate was the courage and the expertise of learning all the weapons on the ship, and it was just a lot. It was a lot of fun too. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It was a lot of work as well. All right, I've been procrastinating this enough. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. Which one should I talk about? I am writing a biography, so I have a lot of that already written up, like an autobiography or a telling or something like that of the things that I went through when I was in the service. Okay, let's go ahead and buff this out. But I want to tell you about the gas chamber. You know, whatever they call it, the gas chamber. You know, that day was awesome. You go in there, right? You go into the gas chamber, and when you come out later on that day, you're dragging the cold through the entire time you're in boot camp. You're just going to get it, right? It's going to be kind of a sinus nasally thing. And then once you're done with the gas chamber, once you're done doing that, it's gone. I mean, it is gone. You have no sinus troubles whatsoever after that. You see, the crazy part for me was when I was going through, the first line of recruits or sailors, they were we were lined up in 3 rows. The first row got 1 tablet of was it OC or whatever that, you know, the tablet chemical that they use to gas the chamber filled. And that was fine. They had them take off their gas masks. They hacked and coughed and they moved out. Second line went through. They had 3 tablets dropped on the plate, on the hot plate. You know, and here my mind's racing. I'm like, okay, so what's going to happen next? Are we going to get more than that? Oh yeah, it was already white after the first tablet. When they dropped 3 more, tink, 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 the second row. By the third row, they dropped 5 extras. And yeah, when we took our masks off, I experienced it before my mask was even off. Like, I was like, yeah, my eyes are burning a little bit already. But I guess some people aren't even affected by it, which is really rare, but it doesn't bother them. And we actually had a guy on ship who did not react to OC spray, you know, or capsaicin spray. He did not react to it whatsoever. I was like, man, you lucky SOB. That's just awesome. Yeah, that's exactly what I was afraid of that happening. Yeah, had some extra gnarliness underneath the contact pad there. See, that's what I get for digressing and talking about my war stories and crap. I was like, this really isn't the time to be talking about it. I should just do an actual blog and talk about those. I should have another channel too, just for that. And it's just that a lot of extra work would be involved. But yeah, no, I absolutely loved boot camp. I mean, I loved it. I loved it to the point where I would rather have stayed in boot camp than had even gone out to the fleet or even gone to A school for, becoming a gunner's mate in A school. I liked the structure. I liked how everything was planned out to the T, and how I was able to just govern each day based on those, on that structure, on that routine, on that rigid structure of it not being told what to do, because there was many times where we were just allowed to basically do your own thing kind of thing. It wasn't very often, but you were still able to do your own thing. And it was fun. I think I really enjoyed the camaraderie with all the people that I met along the way. Oh, that's another thing too. It was really crazy that I went to boot camp, or as I was going through boot camp, I met up with another person that was very close to where I'm living at in Minnesota. He was in Wisconsin, and we were basically hit it off like buddies right away. And we were in completely separate, different barracks, different time frames of our training and everything else. But see, crazy part is that I was under the impression that I was going to be an electrical engineer or an ET or electronics technician. And that didn't happen. I had a different training course program that I was a part of, and one thing happened over another, and I ended up becoming a gunner's mate, which was the best thing that I could have ever had happen to me in my life. Like I said, I really love being a gunner's mate. Gunner's mate guns, not gunner's mate missiles or a torpedo man or a fire controlman or anything like that, which was all a possibility. If you guys take a look at my Instagram, I have all that stuff up there if you wanted to see what I was talking about. But yeah, through that coursework that I was going through, it allotted me to improve upon my ASVAB scores so that I was able to be accepted to become something different other than like going to deck or something like that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with going to deck. There's nothing wrong with going to becoming a bosun's mate or any other rate in the military. The Navy has such a huge variety of training and career choices that it really does boggle the mind. I mean, you could look through pamphlet after pamphlet of what each rate is, but to actually know that rate would be the best bet, would be to talk to people that have actually served under it. But again, if you're talking to somebody that has already done it, it doesn't mean that it's still that way now. Like what I went through, it's not going to be the same thing now that what you guys are going to be going through, or new people are going to be going through, or it's different. And it could be drastically different, like way different. Like when I was going through, we never had training timeouts like these newer guys are getting now, or I suppose they're having. No training timeouts, none. So if you weren't able to do the training, you just basically sucked it up and did it anyway. And that's how I got through boot camp. Battery went. Sorry, no, battery was the time up on my recording session. But no, how I got through boot camp was just I just got through boot camp. I had no held backs, nothing. Nothing was keeping me back. I was able to any obstacle that they put in front of me, I was able to crush it. Being stubborn right there. I'll get back to you. Let's talk more about Metroid. Yeah, back when I was a kid, man, this game, when you're looking through the official Nintendo Player's Guide, just give me a second on that one. Metroid. Yes, the official Nintendo Player's Guide. Tells you all the things you need to know or want to know about it. Gives you a bit of a walkthrough. You guys see all that? Yeah, it gives you all the creature list too, in case you don't know what these things are. Sorry if I'm bumping the camera. There it is, the Metroid. Oh, they were terrible when they latched onto you and they would suck your life. Stealing my spot. Oh, okay. Well, this one's being particularly difficult on getting to be cleaned off right here. I think I might have to, again, put a little stronger rubbing alcohol down to get that all off of here, because I think it's just going to keep smearing on there. Yeah. Give me a second. I got brand new bottles of it. Okay, I am back. Let's see if this strengthening it up has any effect on it or not. I don't even know if this rubbing alcohol is going to be what it says it is. Actually, it worked. That's awesome. Soon I'll be able to put this into the console and play it again. Yeah, there was definitely something laying there on the board. And my apologies for all the digressions. I just felt like sharing all that with you guys. Again, if you feel like joining the military, definitely do so. But my only word of advice: do your homework. Have an education prior to actually going in. That's another thing that really helps a lot. And go officer. Make a career out of it. And I was like, and definitely talk to your parents and your folks about what you plan on doing. And get those ASVAB scores as high as you possibly can have them. It'll unlock a lot of extra things for you to be a part of. You may actually feel the need to be part of the nuke program or go nuclear, which would be outstanding. Okay, so how does it look? Yeah, look at that polish on there. Ooh, nice. That's awesome looking. That's a nice looking PCB. Time to put it back together again and put it inside the console. See you guys in a few. Hey everybody, it's me again. This time we're going to play a game of Metroid. No game enhancer. The PCB is designed specifically for non-playability of the game. Gee. Very similar with POW as well as Mega Man 2. And I believe that there was another one we just found out that that's like that too. I believe it's Dragon Warrior? Yeah. So yeah, that's a part of protection against the game enhancer. I don't know if it's cap locked or not. We'll find out. It's caps locked. Yeah, this is the alternative version of it, where you still have to destroy Trade, I believe his name is.
know I'm going the wrong direction for all this.
Okay, so that's this one. Give me a second. Next part's going to be my codes.